today. I know we're already behind as it relates to our original time or our um, usual time. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's finish this week out strong. Finish this week out strong with determination and with a focus. Um, Hopefully, this is helping you. Hopefully, this has been a blessing to you. And so, IG is gathering, and Facebook and YouTube is slowly gathering. And we're just going to get right into it. Number one in today is Mr. DeAndre Richardson. God bless you, man of God. Number two in today is Miss Trina Hooks. God bless you. Blessings to you. Number three in is Elena Kelly. God bless you, Cuzzo. Desiree Wright, number four in today. God bless you. And Miss Janet Sanders, number five in today. God bless you. And just missing it right outside of that top five, the next parked car in this virtual parking lot. My sister-in-law, Kimberly Fuller, all the way from Jersey in the house. Good morning to you. LaShonda Johnson, good morning. You were right up there as well. Valerie Benjamin, good morning to you. Kawana Bigelow, good morning to you. Rufus Hobson III, good morning to you, sir. Adama Wartime, good morning to you. Carol Hines Williams, good morning to you, sis. Tamika Robinson, good morning to you, fam. Deborah Holmes, good morning to you. Shayna Belt, good morning to you. Shanika Harris, good morning to you, dear. Lisa Taylor Corporing, hey sis. Shamika Leach, good morning to you. Rufus, he giving out shout outs to top five. Yep. So, Des, I see you on IG as well. Valerie, I see you over here. Mike, switch the game. What's going on, bro? Trinice, I see you. Good morning to you. Dale, I see you. So let's go. Latoya Wilson, good morning. Good morning. Lena Cofield, we still win this morning. We still gonna win this day. Gonna overcome these hiccups, and we still good. Father, give us space, give us the capacity to receive what you have for us today. We thank you and we bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So all three platforms are up. Everybody, everything should be live and ready to go. Day 11. This is the Thursday of the second week. Oh wow! I thought I was on the wrong day. Blessings on you, Apostle Keller. Blessings on you. So like I said, share this, tag somebody that you don't see that you normally see. Let them know we're back. We on a little late, but we're still here. Oh man, so we're excited. It's Jazzy. Good morning to you. Um, Building confidence. We're still in this series. We're still growing. We're still building. We're still learning. Building confidence. Building confidence. I'm glad you did too, Apostle. Barbara Clark, good morning. Building confidence. Building confidence. Building confidence. Let's get our daily vitamins out the way. Not out the way, let's get them in. Let's get them in our system. Hebrews 10 and 35 says, therefore, do not cast away your confidence, which has great reward. For you have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. And so this confidence he's telling us not to cast away is our feeling and our belief that we can rely on as it relates to having firm trust. This confidence that he's talking about is the state of feeling certain about the truth about something. And in this case, we're talking about the confidence not only in God, but the confidence in who we are. We got to build it. I said earlier last week, you can't place something when you don't have it. You can't put your confidence in God if you don't have it. You can't have confidence or put your confidence in your abilities if there's nothing there. We got to build it. We got to keep it strong. Good morning, Lady Long. Good morning, Victoria. Reagan, good morning. Miss Wileen, good morning. Sophia Probst, good to see you. Your name show up. Good morning to you. And so that's what we're talking about. We know that confidence is crucial to personal and professional growth. It allows individuals, it allows us to take risks, it allows us to pursue opportunities, and it allows us to overcome challenges. And hopefully those are starting to stick. It builds us up to attack this difficult life that we all have to navigate. Um, it allows us to move more easily, more freely, without getting stuck, without getting pigeonholed, if I could use that word. We've been saying every day that self-doubt is always stronger than a firm belief, that I've got to overcome the obstacles of how I see myself if I'm going to embrace how God sees me, how my support system supports me. And if I'm going to really embrace that love and that support, I've got to let it in. And so if I'm going to let it in, there has to be some value that I put place on myself that I'm worth what's trying to come to me. Also, confidence is absolutely crucial. And so if we're going to overcome self-doubt, if we're going to overcome, because we talked about that no level of education, training, or ability can push past self-doubt. I don't care how many degrees you get. I don't care how many books you read. If you don't apply that and overcome self-doubt, you will still get really stagnant. And so if we're going to overcome self-doubt, we must understand our value. We talked about yesterday, my value is not up for debate. My value is no longer up for debate. So somebody type that for me. My value is no longer up for debate. It is settled. And so if you missed yesterday, you need to go back to yesterday's teaching and watch that replay, because yesterday's teaching is actually going to set up today's follow-up. It's going to set up today's message. Thank you for tagging, Val. Thank you for all the tags. Y'all help me spread this. I need y'all to share this to your page. And so folks they don't see my live notification, they'll see your share and see the live notification. Right? So value is everything. It determines everything. Value is the regard that something is held to deserve. It is the importance, the worth, or usefulness of something. It means to consider something or someone to be important or beneficial. That's what it means when I place value. And so when I talk about that value not being up for debate means to argue about a particular subject, especially one in which many people are involved. Consider possibilities in one's mind before reaching a decision. When I'm debating, I'm still not coming to a decision. When there's a debate about my value, that means it's still in question. What we said about yesterday, because God has already set value, God has already determined that we are valuable. He's already placed treasures in us, which makes us a treasure chest. You are absolutely carrying the most precious treasure in you, which causes your value to automatically go up. Not only that, he's given us promises, he's given us gifts, he's given us abilities, he's given us a future. There's an expectation over our life. And so there are things that he wants to see done and accomplished through us, which means we are valuable to him. And so when that value is already set, then it causes us to move forward and not have to live a life trying to establish value. Hey, Miss Renee, good morning to you. Kendra, good morning. And so what happens is God has already settled on your value, and there is nothing to debate about. God has already settled on your value, and there's nothing to debate about. I say that I'm gonna say it again. God has already settled on your value. People may be still unsettled. It may feel like at times that the value is unsettled, but you have to affirm what God has already settled. You have to agree with what God has already settled. Your value is not being set, it has already been set. And when you live your life not trying to prove that you are worth something, then you give yourself room to become and to finally be what you were always meant to be. And you stop living trying to prove, and then you start to shift into a life of becoming and being. You can never be what you don't think you are worthy to obtain or worthy to be. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Taja. Thank you for your generation, LaTaja. It was well appreciated, your generosity. Value determines everything. It determines how something is handled. It determines how something is protected. It determines how something is viewed. When I value it, I view it different. When I value it, I handle it different. When I value it, I protect it different. And in this conversation, it is you. When you value you, you handle you different, you protect you different. You view yourself different. Apostle Kellum, good morning, woman of God. And when value is set, here's what we're talking about today. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and just give you kind of what we're discussing. We're discussing today. This may seem, I try to kind of heighten your senses with my titles. This may seem a little watered down. I think the heightening may come in the conversation, but let me just go ahead and it'll make sense in a minute. We're talking about today, I'm finally ready to grow. I'm finally ready to grow. Let me just go ahead and let me establish that, and then we're going to tie yesterday into today, and hopefully this will make sense. Somebody say that by faith with me. Even if you thought you've been growing, even if you've been ready to grow, just type it, because it's going to unlock something. Good morning, Pastor Bates. Good morning, Keisha. I'm finally ready to grow. Not because I want to, but because I've positioned myself to. I'm finally ready to grow. I'm finally ready to grow. I'm finally ready to grow. What do you mean? What does that mean? Of course I am, Pastor. What you mean? Of course I am, Coach. Duh. You late to the party. Of course I'm ready to grow. Been growing. Been ready to grow. Can I help you? Even though that may be an aspiration of ours, even though that may be a desire of ours, even though that may be the goal that we all have, even though that may be the pursuit that we're already on, I want to really deal with something, because even though we all want it, there are certain principles and there are certain questions that need to be answered. There are certain things that need to be in place for you to actually position yourself to start seeing the kind of growth that you've been needing to see and wanting to see. And a lot of us have been frustrated because some of the stuff has taken kind of longer than usual. And you repeat stuff and keep going through the same habits and same cycles that frustrate you more than that frustrate the people that experience you. I mean, I don't think I'm by myself. There's some attributes of me that still frustrate me. I know I need to fix, I know I need to get over. And I seem like I still keep going through the same circles of responding the same way and feeling the same way when it's not my desire to do so. And so when we have those kind of thoughts and those kind of experiences, we have to ask ourselves the question, what is keeping me from getting out of this loophole? What is keeping me from getting out of this circle? What is keeping me from jumping out of this cycle? There are certain things that have to be in place, and you just can't get everything because you say, I want it. But I'm telling you that we've made the steps this month. If you will embrace kind of what we've gone through, and you will accept and receive what we've been teaching, you finally setting yourself up to really experience substantial growth. Substantial growth. I'm telling you, and I speak this prophetically over your life. After this month's teaching on building confidence, the sky is really the limit for you. The things are going to click easier. You're going to embrace more. You're going to bounce back from more. Things are going to open up in your mind that you never even considered before, because there's something that has been unlocked, and there's possibilities that have been escaping you mentally, but now you can see it as being obtainable. There have been things that you've been running from, hiding from, resisting, being quiet about, that you're now bold enough to confront and realize you're stronger than you thought you were, and you're going to start to see more victories than you ever had. Man, listen, I speak that over your life. I speak leaps and bounds for you. I speak you grabbing territory and taking authority over some stuff, because your confidence has been built to a level where it can receive it. And I'm telling you right now, this is what's happened. This is what's happened, especially after yesterday's teaching, where value is no longer a debate. You stepped into a whole nother realm. When you're no longer having to prove who you are, when you no longer feel the need and the necessity to compete and to compare, oh my God, and to prove, and you can be free yourself to start experiencing life like God intended in the season that you're in, man, sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Watch this. This is why this is important. Because when value is set, then growth and development can take place at a greater and healthier level. When value is set, growth and development can take place at a greater and healthier level. And when value is set, your life is now positioned to expand with fewer hindrances and repeated cycles and circles, because you don't have to fight and defend who you are. You can just get better at being who you are. And Dr. Godbolt, good morning. Oh, man. You open yourself up to embrace a growth mindset. See, it's hard for somebody who has low self-esteem to embrace a growth mindset, because a growth mindset challenges who you currently are. And if you don't have much confidence in who you currently are, you can't take many hits to it. Can't take many hits to it. It's so you'll shut the conversation down, not because they were telling they were not being truthful. You'll shut it down because you just don't want to hear that. You just don't want to hear conversation about yourself that is negative. You don't want to hear again what you did wrong. You don't want to hear again what you already think that you're not doing well. You don't want to hear constantly the feedback that's going to dig a deeper hole into your self-doubt. And so you'll cut it off before it ever helps you. You'll defend yourself before you ever get the nugget. You'll turn into an escalation before you ever get the information. Ooh, bars. Good morning, Miss Barbara. Bars. You'll shut it down before it ever got a chance to be built up. And so you'll never get to the place where you get next level teaching and next level growth and next level challenges and next level stretching, next level capacity, because every time somebody comes at you challenging the person they see, when you're still trying to love the person that you see, that challenge is going to feel like a threat. Miss Belt, we got to get out of our own way. We got to. I shared a post last night from a colleague, another pastor in another city, who was just giving his sentiments about, mentoring people, developing people, leaders, next level leaders, next generation leaders. And man, I shared it on my personal page if you're interested in listening to, reading it. Man, I did not write that post, but oh my goodness, it was the sentiments of my heart as it relates to trying to cultivate and pull out and develop the next leaders, the mentors, the people who say they want it and you mean so much to them and they're ready to develop and they're ready to get it and they're ready to learn. The obstacles that get in the way of that are the obstacles that come with self-identity. Because I can't coach you when I'm constantly have to encourage you. And I need y'all to feel the difference of that in the spirit. If I still gotta convince you that you're enough and you're able and you have the ability and God loves you and I'm not talking, it's not a hit to you personally and if that comes, not that there's going to be some of that, but at some point we got to settle. I chose you because you're the creme of the creme. You're the creme de la creme. I chose you because you're head and shoulders above your peers. You've been chosen to lead because you have leadership ability. You've been chosen to move forward because there's something in you that the leader sees. But every time I now interact with you, I can't keep affirming the choice. I've got to start to build the choice. And if you don't allow me to build the choice, we never get to building. We always on approval. Lord, have mercy. Lord Jesus. Now, approval is part of the process. Let me give you an example. When you buy a house, when you find the plans you want, when you find the land, when you settle on the colors and the fixtures and the materials, you approve the blueprint. Everybody's excited. You get a realtor, you find it. You get a bank, they close on a loan. Listen, the approval grants you access to start the journey. Not everybody gets to start the journey because not everybody gets approved. And when I approve you, that's when I vet you out. That's when I check your credit. That's when I make sure your income is there. That's when I make sure you got your resources and make sure that you are fit to take this journey of building. The approval process happens at the beginning. But you don't continually have to go through the bank to get approved over and over and over again when you start building. Lord, I wish I would hear that. That was bars. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, the approval process is over. Once I've been approved for the loan, they say you have access to start building. Now there are going to be challenges in the building process. There are going to be challenges in the timeline. There are going to be hiccups that come up. There's going to be subs that don't do a good job, and you're going to have to hire somebody else, and you got all this drama that comes with the building. But the actions that's going on in the building never deals with the approval, because the approval has already been settled. The bank has already told you you're worth the house. You can afford the house. You've earned the house. You've been accepted to get the house, even though you still got to build the house. Same process, but the language, the communication, the interactions change because of the position of that process that you're in. And that's got to become the case when you're being developed. If God has already approved you, if the leader or your mentor has already approved you, if they've already chosen you, if the job has already hired you, if the spouse has already chosen you and y'all are already together, the conversation has now got to shift from being worthy and proven to be now just getting better and growing. When value has already been set, you open yourself up to embrace this growth mindset, and your life becomes about growth, not about worth and value. Rufus, you say, I was looking at the comment section, okay, I might have lost them. Oh man. Yeah, if I gotta keep improving, I can't do it. If you stay, Shanika, if you stay at the process of keep needing the check with the bank, now I'm about to build this house now. You sure I'm approved? Yes, go ahead. Okay, now I'm about to go to Lowe's and start getting some material. You sure? You ain't gonna change your mind? Yes, girl. I gave you the approval letter. Come on, you already got the first draw. You ain't gonna change your mind. Okay, you gave me this money now, but it's only the first draw. I got 3 more draws coming. I ain't gonna get in the process, and then you decide I'm not worthy after I start building, Emma. No, it's final. You approved. And how many times do we do that in life midstream? We go back and double check to make sure you're still worthy. You go back and double check to make sure God ain't changed his mind. You go back and double check people who told you they love you, they with you, they got you, making sure we still good because I messed up. That means that you're going to kick me out because I messed up. That means you're going to drop me off because I messed up. You think you're going to stop loving me because I messed up? No, you're approved. You are loved. You're worthy. You're enough. Settle it. Build. Construct this you that is amazing through the help of the leading and the leading of the Holy Spirit. He's put in all of us the ability to gain wealth. The scriptures teach us. Go build your commodity that's going to bless people and bless the world. You're approved. When you get to the place when the value is settled and the debate is over, it allows you to embrace this growth mindset. So growth is the process of developing or maturing physically, mentally, or spiritually to increase in amount, value, or importance. It means development. It means maturity. It means germination. It means blooming, flourishing, thriving. And so when I can settle the aspect of worth and value, I can get to the business and the journey of finally growing. Because to grow as a person means to mature, to improve, and to expand my life in every area. To grow intellectually, to grow emotionally, to grow spiritually. But I cannot get that mindset if I'm still trying to figure out my value. The reason why I say today you're finally ready to grow, because growth like this takes confidence in who you are. It takes confidence. It takes confidence in who you are. So let's talk about the benefits of knowing your value. And why knowing your value is going to help you move from living a life to chase value to now live a life that's just focused on getting better. When you know your value, number one, you see the positive. You don't always see, when people don't know their value, they point out all the negatives. And some people don't even realize that they see negative before they ever see positive. You ever been around somebody who thought they left their keys on the dresser and the keys ain't on the dresser, and the first thing they see, oh, somebody done came in here and stolen. Somebody been messing. Only to find out the keys are still in the car. You thought you brought them in and left on the dresser, but you really, when you grabbed all your bags, you left them in the cup holder. But instead of circling back and tracing your steps first to make sure you didn't put them somewhere else, even though you thought you left them here, you automatically assume something wrong happened. You gotta watch stuff like that. Your money ain't where you left it, automatically assume somebody stole it. When you find out, trace your steps, you just dropped it. You went back and picked it up. See, when I have this negative connotation about who I think I am, then I see life as more negative opportunities to attack what's already wounded. And my defense mechanisms to protect my fragility causes me to see everything that comes at me as a threat. Ooh, God, I wish y'all. So when I shift and start having positive thoughts about me, because I've embraced my identity and I've embraced who I am and I've embraced the love of God over my life and I've embraced my value and I've embraced my worth, then now, because I'm valuable and because God is doing great things in my life and I have a future and a hope and I see the world as an opportunity, now everything comes to me, I see it as an opportunity and not as a threat. And so when I see things as an opportunity, they become opportunities, even though they're negative. And so I can experience negative things and still see it as an opportunity to get better, because I've changed my mindset on how I see my life. Man, I hope y'all are eating this cooking. Woo! You see the positive. When you know your value, you see the positive. You don't just see the negative in life, you see the positive first. A healthy self-concept and self-respect can enable you to see the positive aspects in a potential difficult situation. Yeah, it might be potentially difficult, but I can see it's gonna stretch me. This gonna help me. It's helping me with my patience. Come on, they're a mess. They are. but I'm better now because they've challenged me in some areas. They work my nerve, but they actually have built my capacity. Come on, somebody, of tolerance. Everything has a positive nuance to it because everything is helping me. That all things are working together for me. That God is building something here. That I'm His masterpiece. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and can't be to destroy me because I'm too valuable for God to just allow to sit here and be destroyed. So He's sending something to me to test me. He's sending something to me to refine me. I'm going through some things to build me. It may seem like waiting too much at one time, but He knows how much I can bear, and He won't put more on me, and He won't kill me, and He won't let me suffocate under this weight. So if He's pumping more weight my way, that means He wants me to get stronger in some areas because He's sending more stuff in my direction. And the stronger I am, the more I can handle, the more I can carry. Come on, and something has to be lifted to get stronger. So He's giving me some weight in this season. But it's not to take me down, it's actually to build me up. Y'all getting the point? Are y'all getting the point? Are y'all getting the point? And the reason why life has been so negative to you is because you have not settled the value and the worth question about you. And so now everything coming about you is more sent to destroy me, more sent to take me out, more sent to do harm to me. No, when I settle that I'm worth it and that God sees me as valuable and I have a purpose on this earth, then things are not sent to me to kill me. Things are sent to me to build me. Number one, you're more positive. Number two, you can adapt. People with settled the debate of value, that has settled the debate of value, people with high self-esteem can adapt better to changes, including accepting new opportunities, moving to new places, trying new things, meeting new people. It's not a threat, it's opportunity. Oh, they hired somebody. Oh, look who joined. Oh yeah, they asking them to do that now. They don't even come to me no more. They're not a threat. Can adapt. Oh, you want me to do this in this season? Okay. Oh, you want me to get some? Okay. Instead of saying, I wasn't good enough to do that over there. No, you've been doing it for 20 years. I'm trying to give you some new experiences. I finally got you some help that you've been complaining you need. And now that we get help, you see it as a disrespect because we pull you off of one of your 10 assignments. You've been complaining about the 10 for 5 years, and now we only give you 5 and take 5 away. And now it's a hit to your ego. Which one is it? Y'all hearing me? Can adapt. When I'm confident, when value has already been secured, it doesn't matter where you place me, it doesn't change me. It doesn't change who I am. It doesn't matter where you need me. I'm really available to do whatever you need. And guess what? Because I'm so gifted, I can do a multitude of things. And so me operating in this capacity don't change my ability to handle something else. If it's not what you needed, I'm okay with that. I can table that gift, use the gift you need, be who you need me to be, and still be all that I am. And I don't use those little things as a knock to my ego and a knock to our friendship. And, you don't see me as being you give me this little task when you know I got history doing this. When you're really confident in who you are, you don't have to perform to have value. You can be placed where you need it, and still walk away with the fullness of who you are. Man, y'all working me hard this morning. I hope y'all, my Lord. So number 2, you can adapt. Number 3, you're open-minded. That goes back to adapting, but you're open-minded. Self-esteem lets you appreciate what others recommend, suggest, or push onto you without bending to their will. In other words, it don't have to be my way all the time. I don't get so mad because they don't choose my idea. But I'm open-minded. I suggest when people come to me, hey, you did a great job, but have you considered trying this or doing this? I don't get offended. I don't draw up because somebody recommended or suggested or tried to push me in another direction. I don't necessarily then just drop the value of what I just did because of their suggestion. So it's never good enough for people like you. See, every time I try to do something, all you got is suggestion. All you're gonna do is critique. Well, I thought it was about being better. But when you still trying to you still trying to settle the worth question, then ideas that's going to expand you, here it is, becomes or looks like sharp objects that's trying to cut you. And so instead of embracing it and growing, you defend yourself and stay. Number 4, you accept yourself. Some of you need to do that. I accept me. I ain't perfect. I got some stuff to work on. But you know what? I ain't that bad. I ain't that bad. You know what? It could be better and I could do some things different. But you know what? I'm all right. Somebody, you just need to say that to yourself this morning. I'm all right. Come on, somebody. Come on. Shoot. I would love to have somebody like me in my corner. Huh? Somebody would be, it would be an asset to have somebody like me in their corner. I'm all right. I'm accepting myself. See, my self-confidence and self-esteem, when I understand the value has already been set and God has already set that value, and I ain't got to fight and wrestle to get it, it lets you accept yourself as you are and gives yourself more time to achieve your goals. Accepting yourself means you settle in yourself. Accepting yourself means you affirm the growth that you have achieved while giving yourself permission to keep going. Miss Bush, I like it. I'm all right. Kendra, that's right. I accept me. Accept you. It's who you are. This is what God created. Come on. It's where you are in this stage of your life. And I'm not saying that to settle there, but I accept me to give me permission to continuing to be me as I develop me. When you accept yourself, you understand and recognize that your mistakes and failures, they happen. They happen. I messed up. I did it. I wasn't perfect. It happened. But guess what? When I accept it, I don't see it as problems moving forward. You begin to see them as opportunities to learn and grow. It gives you a measuring stick and a benchmark on how you need to get better. But guess what? You don't beat yourself up over to the fact where you start to diminish what you're worth. Diminish what you deserve. Diminish what you should even go after. Diminish how you think God's going to respond and bless you. Diminish all that other stuff. See, because when that happens, it begins to be a spiral. Right? Number 4, you accept yourself. When I have confidence, number 5, what I do, I have the capacity to cope. When you know your value, you have the capacity to cope. What does that mean? Knowing your value allows you to cope with setbacks while knowing you did your best. You accept that others will not always agree with you. Disagreements will happen. But because my value has been set, you accept the fact that you disagree and walk away with your self-esteem still intact. That's the difference. That's the money shot right there. That's the money shot. Because a lot of times people's opinions and disagreements and all those things that happen, we walk away sometimes feeling like a shell of ourselves. Our emotions have attacked our self-esteem, and you walk away not still intact. You've got to learn to cope with where you are and who you are communicating with, and still walk away knowing I'm still a valuable person, even if they never saw your side, even if they never agreed to what you felt. It can't affect how you see yourself after that interaction. You can pray about God will give y'all more wisdom to figure it out. You can channel it, table it for later. You come back to the table. If you get more insight, they get more insight. God deal with both of y'all. But at the end of the day, your value is still intact. Next thing that happens when I settle in who I am, I get the boldness and I get the courage to speak up for myself. When I know my value, I know my voice. When I know my value, I value my voice. Watch this. For 10 of you who can get it, even if I'm the only one that's valuing it at the moment. It's still worth me saying it, even when I know you don't value it yet. Ooh. When I learn to speak up for myself, I learn to express my opinions without feeling challenged or flustered. Sometimes we don't speak up because every time somebody don't agree, you feel challenged, threatened, attacked. It goes back to that principle. Low self-esteem sees everything coming to you as negative. But when I value my worth, I value my opinion. And that gives me the lane to express myself without the need to win. Ooh. Or without fear of disapproval. Man, I hope y'all catching these nuggets. So now my self-confidence says, I don't do it to get your approval or your validation. I do it to express my heart because I'm already validated. I'm already worth speaking. I don't have to earn that. God gave me that. You may not agree. You may not be of the same opinion, but my opinion has value, and I'm going to express it. Now, the growth comes when I learn how to express it and be loving when I express it and be effective when I express it. But confidence always gives me the boldness to speak. Number 7, you get another level of commitment. When you know your value, you don't run from things easy because you know you are needed. Oh, Lord, this is going to challenge somebody right now. See, when you know your value, you know what you bring to the table. And so it deepens your level of commitment because you know what would be missing if you remove yourself. And you have an awareness about how much your work means to the overall plan of God. And like I said a couple of days ago, building confidence comes with a responsibility. And a confident person is a humble person. Humility and confidence always moves closely side by side. And so my humility won't let me quit stuff where I know I'm needed. Because I value what I bring, even if my appreciation has not been expressed properly by others. I still know what I give is valuable, so I commit myself to it. even when things get difficult in life, even when your commitments get difficult. How you can handle them depends on your self-esteem. You heard people say all the time, I got too much going on to deal with this foolishness. That means I don't have the capacity to take on something that has become negative because I'm already thinking too negative about my personal life. Believing in yourself can help you overcome any challenge. And you are committed to beating that challenge, even if it means working harder and being more committed. When you believe in yourself, you believe in your success and you believe in your ability to bring resolution. And so most confident people are extremely committed people. People who quit easy usually are people who got high egos and low self-esteem. Ooh, Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did y'all hear the words that are coming? Is this mic on? People who walk away from stuff easy, quit easy, can walk out on you, stop something, leave you hanging, leave you stranded, can quit something that was meaningful, get mad and never come back, never call you back, never even think about what you got going on, never think about how it affects the team, never think about how it affects. People who can do that, high ego, low self-esteem. But the people who got low ego, high confidence, are highly committed. Last one, number 8. When I know my value, I reduce my comparison mindset. See, in today's society, social media has driven this culture, and it's easy to fall into this trap of comparing yourself to others. And this can lead to feelings of envy, insecurity, and self-doubt. But when you have high self-worth, you understand that everyone has their unique journey, and you don't need to measure up to anyone else's standards. You can focus on your own growth and your own development without worrying about others' opinions or worrying about what others have achieved. That is so key. When I still have an affinity, or when I still are obsessed with comparison, then I'm still chasing value. I'm still trying to chase validation by comparing myself to somebody else's achievements that have been validated. So let's finish this. I got 5 minutes. Let's make a shift here. I want us to shift. Let's make the shift. I need to type that with me. It's time for me to shift. It's time for me to shift my thinking. It's time for me to shift my life. It's time for me to shift my thought process. It's time for me to shift my pursuits. I want you to shift from living a life that emphasizes self-worth and validation to a life that is in pursuit of growth and development. What would happen if you change your focus from trying to be validated and valued, and you just focus solely on getting better and developing? By shifting focus away from constantly proving yourself and proving your self-value to others, when we shift away, by shifting away from constantly proving yourself, instead of prioritizing self-improvement, individuals can unlock a more fulfilling and dynamic life. When you can get to the place where you're living to prioritize self-improvement over self-value. I'm not living to prove my value. I'm living to improve my being. Because value has already been set. This mindset not only encourages progress, but it also fosters resilience, adaptivity, and an inner peace. So I'm gonna give you a few benefits of this shift if you're ready to make this shift with me. Here's what you're going to see happen in your life if you can make this shift with me. From a life living to prove and compete to a life prioritizing self-improvement. If you make this shift and just don't worry about your surroundings, don't worry about other factors, just focus on getting better every day. This shift has a couple of benefits. Number one, it encourages lifelong learning. That means you're going to always be growing because you're going to always be learning, and learning will become a life project for you. It'll be a lifelong thing. My granddad told me something I'll never forget. He said, when you stop learning, you stop living. You ain't never too old to learn something. And a lot of times we restrict what we can become because we look at the source of our learning and we approve or deny it based on where it's coming from. But when you are a lifetime learner, you can learn from anything. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from any age. You can learn from any situation. You can learn from good, bad. You can learn from tough times. You can learn from tight situations. You can learn from love. You can learn from hate. You can learn from ridicule. You can learn from affirmation. Everything becomes learning. It's a lifelong posture of learning. When the focus is on growth and development, learning becomes an ongoing and joyous process. What happens? Instead of measuring self-value against external achievements, individuals can explore new skills, knowledge, and experiences with curiosity and excitement. And this approach opens up opportunities to continually evolve, adapt, and stay relevant in a rapidly changing world. Right? Another benefit is going to build a resilient mindset. Resilience is necessary in life. Emphasizing growth over self-value fosters resilience. When setbacks occur, setbacks now are viewed as part of the journey rather than a blow to one's self-worth. Man, that was so good. Oh my gosh. I see this so much leading people, and I just want so much for people to just continue a journey after a hard hit blow to their life. That's one of the things that I see derail success, derail futures, they were on the right track. You were running well. Even the scripture says you were running well. What hindered you? And sometimes it's a life event. Sometimes it's a disappointment. Sometimes it's a loss of a loved one. Sometimes it's a loss of a job, a career. Sometimes it's a loss or failure of a relationship, a marriage that didn't work. Sometimes it's a wayward child. It may be things that happen. Sometimes it's drama with people, friends, situations don't work, church hurt, whatever the case may be. There are going to be things that come in our life, and sometimes if we're not confident and if we aren't careful, that blow will be so strong, and you have no resilience for it. And so it's almost impossible to pick yourself back up from it because it was such a hit to your value that you could not see the growth opportunity in it. God, I thought you loved me. Why would you take them from me? God, I thought you loved me. Why would you allow this to happen? God, I thought you loved me. Why do I have to experience this? Why couldn't that work? Where were you? Why am I not valuable enough for you to protect me from that? It's a hit to your self-worth, and your resilience is not attached properly. And so you'll never see the growth opportunities in those hits. And the lack of resilience will cause you to stay in them way too long. And I've seen people that were running well, doing great, getting it figured out. God was building them. Their faith was growing. They were strong. But a life hit, bam, and it derailed their whole plan. And they stopped everything, walked away from it all. I just need to get myself together. But when I know I'm still worthy, I'm still worth it, God is still with me, it's still good, he's still great, he's still developing me, it's still working for my good. This perspective allows individuals to bounce back more effectively, using challenges as stepping stones for improvement instead of obstacles to their identity. Did y'all hear that? When we have this kind of resilience, we can now use life blows as stepping stones to getting better instead of obstacles to our identity. It instills the belief that failure is temporary, but growth is constant. Right? Let's move on. When I make this shift, it's going to reduce my pressure. It's going to reduce my anxiety. Because I have added pressure and stress to my life because I've set unrealistic expectations that were either imposed on me by myself or by society. And I'm now stressed out and anxious to meet those unrealistic expectations. But when I focus on just development, I release the need to prove myself. And instead, I embrace the process of becoming better over time. This shift reduces my anxiety and allows for a healthy and more balanced approach to life. I'm going at the pace of grace God placed on my life. And I'm not comparing with the pace of grace he put on yours. And it causes me to live life less stressful, right? Next thing that it does when I make this shift, it enhances my relationships. Because living a life centered on growth and development encourages authentic connections with others. I'm more vulnerable. I can receive more feedback. I'm more empathetic. I'm more sensitive. Because I am valuable and I see value in others. So it allows me to be a better friend, a better spouse, more supportive. Next, it promotes intrinsic motivation. I'm more motivated. I have more drive because I know my life is meaningful. I set milestones and I go after them, and I set self-satisfaction, and I celebrate victories within my lane, and I'm not looking for societal recognition. If it comes, it's great, but if it don't come, I'm satisfied with the steps I've made and the hurdles I've crossed, and that motivation comes from inside to keep going, not to prove somebody wrong, but to prove me right. I knew I could do it. I knew God was going to use me. I knew this was going to work out, right? Last thing it fosters, and I'm done, it fosters gratitude and presence. When I make this shift to stop living my life to become valuable and instead live my life to just get better, I become grateful. And I become present in my situation. It creates a presence. A growth-oriented mindset encourages individuals to appreciate the present moment and their current state of development. You know what? I lost a lot. But what I didn't really think about is I still got a lot that still remains. I'm gonna be grateful for that. For the last 4 months, I've been mad at God about what he took. That I ain't even said thank you for what he allowed to stay. I lost somebody that I love dearly. There's still many people that I still love. They're still here. I'm going to be present in that. And I'm going to embrace them. And I'm going to love harder than I ever loved before. And I'm going to go after what I should have went after hard 10 years ago. I'm going to go after it harder now because I learned how to be grateful and I learned how to practice presence. And I'm not going to place myself in the pain no longer. I'm going to place myself in the current state. I'm going to get out of where I was when I lost it. And I'm going to come to where I am, where I'm going to get back up from it. I become present again. And some of y'all, you got to become present again because you've placed yourself somewhere that you no longer should be. And it's time for you to come to your reality and deal with it where you are and become grateful for what you still have around you. Rather than fixating on what they lack or what they have yet to achieve or what they lost, people who live with gratitude and presence celebrate small victories and progress made along the way. And this fosters more gratitude, more mindfulness, and a deeper sense of contentment. You're still good. I'm still growing. It's not over. He's still in it. It's not finished. I'm grateful and I'm present. Right? So I'm finishing up. So when we choose this shift, it's going to strengthen who we are. It's going to enrich our relationships. And it's going to deepen our connections with ourselves, with our God, and with our environment. And ultimately, this pursuit of growth is the pursuit of becoming the best version of oneself, free from the constraints of constant validation. Stop trying to validate what God has already approved. Just perfect it. This is your word for the day. The fact that you're watching, the fact that you're listening is a sign that God is not finished. He gave you a new day, and with this new day, he gave you new mercy. Do me a favor. Take what he gave you and win what's in front of you. Winners win, and that's who you are. Go be who you are and do what you do. Win your day. Listen, I want to do something. Before y'all go, hold on. Before you go, do me a favor. If you're watching the replay, participate. I want my last day of this month tomorrow. I want it to be something different. I'm going to try something different tomorrow. I want it to be a session where I interact with you guys and make sure I'm able to answer your questions, that I'm able to hear your testimonies and your stories, and I'm able to share them with the group so that we all can heal together. So do me a favor. Go now to my personal message board. You're watching me, Facebook, Instagram, and if you YouTube, you can leave a comment there, or you can inbox me on one of those social media platforms. And I want to hear if you have any questions about this series, about what I've taught. If you have any testimonies to share, if you have any ahas, I'll keep you anonymous. I will not. I'll keep your your identity covered. But I want to use those questions or those thoughts to shape and seal up this conversation, so that tomorrow we all walk out of here what we need. We don't know some things that we're thinking. We may not be the only one in the group that's thinking it. And so if there's anything that I talked about, you're kind of unsure about, you want to clarify, or if there's a life-changing moment that happened for you because of this conversation, I want you to share it. And tomorrow we're just going to interact and we're going to close. I'm going to answer some questions. We're going to talk. And I want to make sure that you get it. I want to make sure that when we leave this forum in this for the month of May, that we understand what having confidence looks like. Understand that there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. We understand that confidence is necessary if we're ever going to fulfill our godly purpose. And I want you to be sure about that. So hit me up with the questions, hit me up with the comments, the testimonials. I want to share those tomorrow. And that's how we're going to roll for our finale, okay? Love y'all. Appreciate you. Thank you again for coming on late today and staying on with me. And I love you to life, all right? You can't do nothing about it. Do me a favor, go win your day. I'll see you in the morning. Let's wrap this up. Peace.